Oh yeah, Valley Club, this is the week that I finally unlocked Odin. It was a week after his milestones ended, so a little disappointed about that. I'm going to talk about the big mistake that I made that prevented me from unlocking Odin a little earlier. Also, I'm going to talk about what I did right, the characters that I brought in, what I did on each node to help me shave some time off my Odin unlock. So if you're ready for some tips, what I did wrong, what I did right to unlock Odin, beat Dark Dimension 8, and you do, Valley Club, find that like button and let's go smash it. And welcome back to Asgard. I am ValleyFlyin. This is the ValleyFlyin channel. I hope you are having a great day. And in this video, we're going to help you unlock Odin a little faster if you don't already have him unlocked. Talk about what I did wrong, what I did right, the characters that I brought in, and some of the problematic nodes that I had trouble with that you may want to strategize a little better than I did. But before we get to all that, if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button for more great Marvel Strike Force content. At least 5 Marvel Strike Force videos per week on the channel. Normally more. We got video guides like this. We got question and answer videos, news videos, reveal videos, everything to help your experience in Marvel Strike Force. But let's get into the game and talk about our rankings for Dark Dimension 8 because we did make some mistakes. Our ranking for Dark Dimension 8, 3,187, which was a little slower than our ranking for Dark Dimension 7. We finished 2,554 for Dark Dimension 7. So we did make some mistakes. And in our second run, we're going through it a lot quicker. For the Unlimited Node, Mission 1, we use Apocalypse, Mephisto, and the 3 Annihilators one-shotted that node. Mission 2, we also one-shotted it with the exact same team. Mission 4, Mission 3, we use the Spider Society. They work very, very well. And I know there's the Night Hunters, the Night Stalkers in the game right now. Blade is in there, Oath is in there. They are good characters and they're probably going to be more valuable moving forward, but the Spider Society is able to one-shot the Mission 3, almost able to auto it. Mission 4 was a very easy finish as well. And this is who we are, this is who we're taking in to this node, this Mission 5. We're taking in our full Superior 6. As we move forward with the Dark Dimension Planner, this is who we brought in for City Hero again, the Spider Society. Good choices there. Like I said, there are some other choices, Blade, Oath, very, very good characters. I think those are the only other options that you might want to bring into the Hero City section. Moon Knight is there as well, but the City Villain section don't have a lot of options here. Pretty much either the Superior slash Sinister 6 or the Symbiotes. I went with the Superior 6. I have heard that the Symbiotes are a little quicker for your second run. So if you don't want to build that full Superior 6, you can invest in Venom, Carnage, and Red Goblin. Now you're missing 2 key characters in Venom, which has a few stunts, and the big character of the team, Void Knight. So you're not going to get a full Hive Mind team, but Hive Mind slash Sinister 6 is what I'm hearing is the best choices. I think you bring Vulture if you're taking out some of these Superior 6, and I think you bring Mysterio. I think that you leave the rest on the bench. Kraven, Slayer, and Lizard do have value in Cosmic Crucible right now, but I think for Dark Dimension, Mysterio, Vulture are the characters that you want to bring in if you're going to go with the Hive Mind way. This is who I'm bringing in. I'm not going to change it. Now for Global Hero, we haven't went through this yet, but this is a very, very slow team. We went with a few other options here, and what we're going to do for the second run, we're going to take out Black Panther Shuri, we're going to take out Black Knight, and we're going to go with a full Extreme X-Men, almost full Extreme X-Men. We're going to bring in Forge, we're going to bring in Sunspot. One of my plans was to bring in Captain Britain, however, at our low 3 red star, 3 gold star level, I don't think it's going to be as effective. So we're going to, instead of leaning into the Illuminati, we're going to lean into the Extreme X-Men. We're going to have a Hank Pym here. I also hear Black Knight in this spot. It works very well, but we're going to lean into Extreme X-Men for the next section. And he actually got 2 nodes for Global Heroes. Both of them are tough, but I think Mission 7 is tougher than Mission 8. You got a lot of these Sentinels that drop. We got another Hand Sentry, which doesn't really allow us to hit the targets that we want. Taunters, and a Taunter that puts the rest of the characters into stealth. We got Pandapool as another Taunter. Omega Sentinel does a lot of damage with her counterattack. She's just pinging our characters to death. It was not fun facing that Omega Sentinel, especially when we're behind an Absorbing Man or a Sentinel. Can't really hit Omega Sentinel and as effectively as we want. We got more Sentinels, another Omega Sentinel here. Some of these other characters aren't that bad, but the Sentinels, Omega Sentinels, and these Hand Sentries in the Panda Pool, those are what really made this node challenging. Moving back to the last Global Hero node, This one was also challenging, but it seemed a lot easier than the second to last node. These Sentinels seemed a lot easier to beat. There is an Old Man Logan on this node, but I think the 7th node, node 7, I took about 14 attempts. For node 8, probably took about 3 or 4 attempts. So very, very different. But hopefully for the second run, bringing the Extreme X-Men and Hank Pym goes a lot smoother than that. Hopefully it doesn't take 14 runs to get through that global hero node. I'm thinking maybe 5 and maybe 5 and 4, so maybe 10 total runs for global heroes. Now, this global villain section was very, very easy. We one-shotted both nodes with this team here. Full Orcus minus Omega Sentinel plus Apocalypse, and those nodes are very easily beaten. Now, Legendary Cosmic for our second run. We've already built up Odin. We're probably going to build up Odin. And we did bring up Val. Now, that was one of the mistakes I made. Gladiator is a very good character, and if you look at it in terms of the arena value, Gladiator is a great choice. But if we're looking at the choices for characters in terms of just getting through Dark Dimension the quickest, I think this is the way to go. We have an Exposed that you can get on the field with Super Skrull. Also can get there with Mephisto in his opening special. Val has an Exposed as well, and Ability Energy with the Vol passive and Endgame Thanos passive every time an Exposed character is hit. So this is a great team. And we were able to one-shot Mission 11, Mission 12, and 13. The last 2 missions were where we had problems with that team. Couple Mephistos. We have a Mephisto in Wave 1. After that Mephisto is beaten, we have a few more waves, and then another Mephisto drops on Wave 5, along with some Captain Britons, some Red Goblins, some Ares. This is a very, very challenging node. You can get through this node pretty easily if you're using your own Mephisto to bring this Mephisto down. Once he goes down, you're kind of free sailing until this Mephisto drops. Then you got some Red Hulks, you got another Captain Britain, you got more Red Goblins, and some Ghost Rider Robbie Reyes, and another Mephisto. So 3 Mephistos on that second to last node makes it pretty tough. And looking at the last node, it's actually pretty easy. It's not that bad until you get to the final section here. If you could deal with this Old Man Logan, who does not have as much health as some of the Old Man Logans that I see on defense in Crucible and War, you can get through this last wave, and then this is where I had some trouble. So all 4 of these first waves, able to one-shot at this last wave with Odin was where we had problems. We used about 3 attempts on this last node. But yeah, it's once you get through Odin, the rest of these characters fall pretty easily. Well, let's move forward and talk about the biggest mistake I made in Dark Dimension 8. And the biggest mistake I made, it was not thinking that I could beat Dark Dimension 8 before the milestones were done. So I kind of put everything off, and I started gearing up, putting the ISO 8 purple on just characters that I was using a lot, using them in Arena, using them in Cosmic Crucible. And I just started putting these ISO 8 on these characters because I didn't think I would make it. I did not know how close I would have gotten, and I wasn't taking into account these per node rewards, because as you can see, what I was short on for myself was a lot of these T3 level 1 ions, these purple ions. Well, there's a lot of these ions in these individual nodes, and if I use some of these ions and brought up characters in a little different order, pretty much could have gotten through Dark Dimension 8 2-3 weeks earlier, because a lot of the time that I spent in Dark Dimension 8 was just waiting for these, waiting for my characters to get geared up so I could actually attack these nodes. So that's my number 1 tip. If you want to finish Dark Dimension 8 quickly, don't rush into gearing up characters. Gear them up right as you enter this each section. So you gear up whoever you want here, but probably sticking in order if you want to get through it the quickest. City heroes, then city villains, then global heroes, then global villains, then your cosmic/legendary characters. If you do this in order, that is going to be the best use of your T3 ISO credits and your T3 ISO level 1 ions. Also, as far as the tunes that you pick, there's 2 ways or 3 ways that you do it. 3 ways for most of the Dark Dimensions, but Dark Dimension 8 is a little different because it's based on ions. So one of the ways that you would pick these characters is cheap characters. One of the examples is Ravager Stitcher, because he takes 0 pieces of gear. I guess this Shield Trooper does as well. But that's not a consideration for Dark Dimension 8 because it's all based on ISO 8 purple. All these characters take the same level of ISO 8 purple, same amount of ISO 8 purple to get into Dark Dimension. So that is not a consideration. So the 2 considerations for Dark Dimension 8 Are they good in Dark Dimension? And I think these are probably the best characters just to get you through Dark Dimension, maybe switching up some symbiotes or some hive mind characters here. But other than that, I think this is going to get you through Dark Dimension the quickest. And the other justification to bring characters into Dark Dimension, if you're going to get use outside of Dark Dimension for those characters. Now, I didn't make a mistake there. I'm still using the Spider Society, still using Sinister Six, still using the Illuminati, still using Black Knight and these Extreme X-Men. This Orcus is the new raid team, so I'm using them. Apocalypse I'm using. And even though Gladiator was a little bit of a mistake to get through Dark Dimension quickly, using him all the time in arenas, so from that standpoint was not a mistake. So as long as you're either bringing characters that are really good in Dark Dimension, or you're going to get a lot of use outside of them after Dark Dimension, those are good characters. But if you're just looking to get through it quickly, bring the characters that are good in Dark Dimension. And finally, my thoughts on Odin. Now that we have him unlocked, we don't have all the gear on him. We ran out of Crimson gear to put that Crimson gear on him. We don't have him at that full star levels. We're not going to get that 7th red star on him for a while until it comes available for sale from Dark promo credits. But very, very good character. He is a little slow. Does take him a little while to get to his turn. But once you do his special, man, he could take out a whole team. So very, very good character. Is worth it. He does need to be on the right team in the right counter, because if he doesn't take a turn, you could easily defeat him. But if he gets going, he is a nightmare to deal with. Very, very good character, and I hope this video helps you in unlocking Odin faster if you don't already have him unlocked. Hopefully you did get some value from this video in either helping you select the characters that you want to take in, or plan for these nodes and plan for what you want to do later. Hopefully you did get some value from this video, and if you did, leave it a like. It is free for you. It tremendously helps out the channel. And if you want to check out what are the best characters to farm right now in Marvel Strike Force, check out the video up there. I'll see you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. Good luck unlocking Odin if you don't already have him unlocked. Hulk fist bump. ValleyFlyin out.